Israel is widely mobilizing troops to repel the attack. Residents in the southern regions of the country say that they witnessed a real massacre. The world community welcomes Israel's right to defend itself. Hezbollah's units were put on alert. 44 battalions of Israel Defense Forces have been pulled to the border with the Gaza Strip. What will the conflict in the Middle East lead to? In a special release of AZfront, Israel announced the beginning of the counter-terrorist operation Iron Swords. The head of the Israeli Army Press Service said that the mobilization of reservists would amount to hundreds of thousands of people, including tank troops. Airborne units of Israeli special forces are being dropped into all localities where fighting is taking place. At the same time, the Israeli Air Force is striking military facilities in the Gaza Strip. As of 14 o'clock, the Israeli army attacked 17 military complexes and 4 Hamas operational headquarters throughout the Gaza Strip. According to Israel's state radio, the army command is not only pulling huge forces into the south, but is also preparing for the possibility of launching military action on the northern border with Hezbollah organization, which serves as Iran's main satellite state in the region. Hezbollah declared that it is in direct contact with the Hamas leadership. And the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps' Telegram channel released a statement that Hezbollah is 100% ready to enter the war. Israeli TV Channel 12 reported that Hezbollah units are put on alert. The head of the Israel Defense Forces spokesperson's unit warned of dire consequences for it if it enters the war. According to the Walla portal, a total of about 1,000 militants invaded Israel. The invasion was carried out simultaneously by land, sea, and air. In this regard, Israel's state radio notes that the reputation of the Israeli army and intelligence services are under great question. The same source reports that today's invasion was planned and directed by Mohammed Deif, military commander of Islamist organization Hamas, whom Israeli security services have repeatedly tried to eliminate since the early 2000s. As of 22 o'clock, the number of Israelis killed has reached at least 200, with another 1,100 wounded. Soroka Hospital, in the southern city of Beersheba, is continuously receiving the wounded. Here, more than 520 people were hospitalized, and nearly 114 in serious condition. At Barzilai Hospital in Ashkelon in southern Israel, 182 people were hospitalized, and 12 in very serious condition. Palestinians destroy the security fence east of the Gaza Strip on the border with Israel. In the southern parts of the country, militants managed to seize police buildings and separate settlements. Terrorists are holding hostages in 3 locations. In the city of Sderot, local residents were shot in the streets from machine guns mounted on jeeps. According to Israel's state radio Kan Bet, in the south of the country, Hamas and Islamic Jihad militants were confronted for a long time only by police and the Israel Border Police Magav, without any support from the army. Locals describe it as a real massacre. Ashkelon and Jerusalem have been subjected to massive rocket attacks. Sirens have been heard in towns around the capital of Israel. The streets of Tel Aviv are almost completely deserted. Israel's largest power station, Rutenburg, has been damaged. Israeli firefighters put out fires in 300 locations across the country. According to Israel's state radio, Israeli troops are already in all 22 localities that have been invaded since this morning. 44 battalions have been pulled to the border with the Gaza Strip. The Israeli railway, which usually does not operate on Saturdays, has begun transporting thousands of reservists and conscripts to the south of the country. In Telly Times, the mouthpiece for the Israeli military intelligence Ayman, stated that this is an event of the same magnitude as September 11th attacks for the United States. The world community reacted accordingly. U.S. President Joseph Biden and Secretary of State Antony Blinken condemned the attack on Israel by Hamas terrorists. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and the country's foreign ministry expressed support for Israel and recognized its right to defend itself. Similar statements were made by the President of France, the German Foreign Minister, the British Foreign Secretary and Prime Minister, the Czech Foreign Ministry, the Swedish Foreign Ministry, the Prime Minister of India, and the Speaker of the Georgian Parliament. The head of Turkey, as well as the foreign ministers of Egypt and Saudi Arabia, have called on the sides to exercise maximum restraint and stop the escalation. In turn, the Foreign Ministry of Qatar accused Israel of escalation, and the official Facebook page of the Syrian president published a post in support of Palestine. Iranian officials expressed the most ardent support for Hamas and Islamic Jihad militants. An advisor to Khamenei declared that Iran would support Palestine until its liberation. Iranian deputies chanted "Death to Israel" at a public session of parliament. And an Iranian foreign ministry representative congratulated the Palestinian people and all resistance groups for today's operation. Subscribe and click on the bell in order to be informed of the main events. See you soon.